Hello and welcome to the Film Pulse Podcast, the official podcast of filmpulse.net. Thank you so much for listening. This is episode number 170. My name is Adam Patterson, and with me today we have Kevin Rakestraw. How you doing, Kevin?
Fantastic.
This week we'll be talking about our summer movie predictions, and we have a special guest with us today, co-host of Ryan Watches a Movie. We have Mr. Ryan Holes. How are you?
Pretty tired.
Pretty tired. Jeez.
Second day in a row.
That's different. I've never heard that.
Yeah. I know we're a little bit late on our predictions, but whatever. We're going to do it anyway because we do it every year. This is our fourth year doing this.
I know, and I think everyone waits with bated breath to see what we have to say.
Yeah.
Our predictions and whatnot.
It's fun. I like doing it.
I
we'll also be going.
I don't know what I'm talking about. So.
Me either. Let's do it.
I don't think I know either. Well, it's all just a complete guessing game. You can make educated guesses, but the results are always nothing like what you would expect. I think that's kind of the fun of it, to see how it all turns out. Of course, we'll be going over this week's movie predictions, new on video, on demand, DVD and Blu-ray releases. We'll also be doing some what we'll be watching in there as well. Remember, you can send us your questions to podcast@filmpulse.net. And be sure to take a look at our Patreon page at patreon.com/filmpulse and consider contributing to the show, helping support what we do here. Let's just go ahead and get right into the predictions. So, if this is the first time you've listened to a prediction episode, what we do is we tally all of these up. And then at the end of the summer, we'll score them. And we use the time travel reviews scoring system. Slash Film also does the same scoring system where you get like 10 points if you have number 1 or number 10 right. And then was it like 3 points getting each one correct in the right spot, and then you get like 1 point if it's one off or something like that. I can't remember the exact scoring, but we'll have it all figured out by the end of the summer.
We'll get it. We'll figure it out.
This goes from we use Box Office Mojo to calculate all of the dates and the numbers. Mm-hmm, and this goes from the first Friday in May through Labor Day weekend. So again, we are a little bit late with these predictions, but I think it'll still.
I really hope that the 10 I picked fall within that time frame.
They should.
Okay.
They should. Do you want to start with? Let's just start with our number 10s. Ryan, we'll just jump in with you. What do you have for your number 10 pick?
Vacation.
Vacation. Okay.
Oh.
R-rated comedy. Normally there is an R-rated comedy somewhere on the list.
Oh boy.
Have you guys seen the new trailer, the Green Band trailer for this?
No.
Because it's really funny. I saw it twice.
Really?
Yeah, it is genuinely funny.
Uh-oh.
The Red Band trailer, the restricted one that came out first, not funny. Okay. Not into it.
All right.
But this new trailer, very funny.
Okay.
So I'm actually starting to get a little bit excited for Vacation.
Oh boy. Look at you. What's your number 10?
You're not excited?
No.
My number 10 is Terminator Genysis.
Oh. My number 10 is Entourage for some reason.
Well, who knows? Who knows what could happen with that one? It is currently number 10 right now.
See?
On the list, so.
There you go.
All right, Ryan, what's your number 9?
Magic Mike XXL.
Magic Mike XXL.
Ooh.
That could be a contender for sure. Didn't make it on my list, but I could definitely see that one breaking the top 10. Kevin, what do you have for number 9?
I have the Terminator Genysis with a Y.
Genysis.
Genysis.
I'm slightly interested in that one, but I just, after the last two didn't do very well, I just can't imagine that it's.
I think you already seen what you need to see is that Schwarzenegger is like, I'll be back, and then just dives headfirst into a helicopter.
Yeah.
Like, what else do you need to see from that? He dive bombs into a helicopter and blows it up.
The thing about that one that has me kind of excited is that it looks obviously I've only seen the trailers, but it looks more like Terminator 1 or 2. You know, it doesn't look the same as 3 or 4 or however many. I guess there's 4 of them total. It looks different than those. It looks like it goes back to more just straight up action and guns and explosions. And I'm more excited about that. I think what they're doing with the whole timeline where they're like switching everything up and like making everything way, way, way more complicated. I kind of like that, what they're doing with it. It's kind of clever.
We'll
My number 9 is Mad Max Fury Road.
Whoa.
I'm hoping that that's going to do well. I hope that it's... Because I think that with that one, people seem to be seeing it multiple times. Like, people that go see it like it enough to see it again.
Yeah.
So I'm really hoping that helps push it up. Because I want that movie to succeed. Out of all of these on this list, on my list, I want that one to succeed the most.
Gotcha. I would agree.
Ryan, what do you have for your number 8? Spy? I don't know if that's an R-rated comedy or PG-13, but
I kind of forgot about that movie.
Melissa McCarthy she always brings the high numbers in, so I could totally see that being a success. Plus, it has a 95% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow.
So critics are lauding it.
Oh boy.
Kevin, what do you have for number 8?
Number 8, I have Pixels.
Pixels? Okay.
Pixels.
Our lists are very different this year, but I can totally see any of these cracking the top 10. I should mention that this is grossing. Top 10 grossing. I don't know if we mentioned that these are picks for highest grossing movies of the summer. My number 8 is Pitch Perfect 2.
Wow. Hang on there, Ryan.
That made Ryan choke.
He's completely blown away by your choice.
Yeah, I had a hard time with these, like the bottom of my list, and I considered putting Spy on there, Pixels too. I think that could be good, but I think people are getting wary of Adam Sandler stuff.
Nope. That guy just makes money, fist over fist. Even with the dumbest shit in the world.
I'll probably check out Pixels.
Yeah,
I like the short
film.
film.
Yeah, you have that added bit to it.
I'll go see it for Peter Dinklage and Josh Gad. I like both of them. All right, number 7. Ryan, what do you have?
Ted.
Oh my goodness. That's my 7.
That's also my 7.
Holy shit. Trip 7s. Ted 2.
Triple 7s on Ted 2.
Wow, trifecta.
That's another one where I saw they released a new trailer for that this week, and I thought that it was a lot funnier than the first trailer.
Is it a Green Band trailer?
No, it's another restricted trailer, I think.
I think it would be funny if it was a Green Band, and that you're slowly just becoming this like old man that likes his comedy clean, family friendly.
I like the family friendly stuff. No, it's a restricted trailer. I didn't post it on the site because it's just, I don't know. There's no point.
You just didn't have time.
I don't like posting every trailer a movie because sometimes movies have like 10 trailers, and it's like I'm not posting every single one of those. Ryan, what's your number 6?
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man? Okay.
Ant-Man at 6. Oh.
I have that on my list. It's a bit higher.
I thought about going Ant-Man at 6.
What do you have?
At 6, I have Mad Max Fury Road.
Okay. I hope you're right on that one. I have Mission Impossible Rogue Nation as my number 6. I'm pretty excited about Mission Impossible, actually. It looks pretty badass. That also got a second trailer that looks really cool. Right, number 5. Ryan, what do you got for number 5?
Mission Impossible.
Okay.
Oh, that's a movie. Shit. I forgot about that one.
Forgot about the old MI.
Yeah.
MIRN, as I like to call it.
Is that what it's called?
That's what I'm calling it.
Mern.
Kevin, what do you have for number 5?
Ant-Man. He's an ant.
He's an ant, but also a man. So you would say that he is an ant-man. He is indeed an ant-man.
Best of both worlds. Ants and men. There you go.
Together at last.
At long last.
Man has always wanted to become one with the ant.
And finally, it's been so long.
My number 5 is Inside Out, the new Pixar one.
That's a terrible choice.
I don't know about that.
I'm just gonna start shit talking all your list. Just a heads up to both of you.
You can go ahead and do that. So when I win, it's gonna be
Well, we already know
all
that
the
you're
more
good.
sweeter.
We already know that you're going to win because you win all of them.
I didn't win that one year.
Really? Who won that one year?
You did.
Oh,
Not
nice.
me. I'm with the Emperor.
Yeah, so I'm definitely shit talking to you.
Okay.
So just
Number 4.
take it.
What do you have for number 4, Ryan?
Inside Out.
Inside Out. Okay.
Another terrible choice.
Kevin, what do you have for number 4?
I have Pitch Perfect too.
Wow. Number 4. Okay. You got a lot of confidence in that one.
I do. I do.
I have Ant-Man for number 4.
Damn, I should have
So-
opened Ant-Man at 4.
So Ryan and I had our 4 and 5s switched.
I think you guys just made the same list.
No, not quite. Not quite.
All right.
Number 3. Top 3. Here we go.
Uh-oh.
Ryan, what do you have?
Minions.
Minions?
Whoa, that's a dark horse pick.
Kevin, what do you have for number 3?
I have Inside Out.
Okay. I have Jurassic World for my number 3.
Oh my goodness, I can see that one.
Yeah.
The Minions pick though. That's
Oh, just wait.
That's some.
Just wait.
Oh shit,
Well,
are you kidding
Let's transition that into number 2 because I have Minions at
Oh
my number
God,
2.
I should have been taking
Jurassic.
Minions.
I have Jurassic World.
You're telling me I should have been taking Minions seriously?
As from a numbers perspective, I think Minions is gonna kill.
Oh my God, I didn't even think about Minions, to be honest. I saw it on the list and I was like, no, that's not happening. Damn it.
Well, it's not happening for any of us because that movie looks like the most annoying. You couldn't pay me to go see that
No.
movie.
No.
But the kids saw the first one.
Kids love those Minions. They think that they're the fucking funniest things ever.
Well, kids
Which
are
I don't
also
even
kind of
get.
stupid. My number 2 is Jurassic World as well.
Okay. I'm assuming that we all have the same number 1.
Trip
Avengers.
ones? Double trifectas.
I think this is one of these years where usually there's 1 or 2 you could go with for number 1, but this year seems pretty obvious that Avengers is going to take the cake.
I'm just imagining, because we said that and we just kind of glossed over it.
That Ryan has,
that
like-
Ryan's like backspace.
Yeah.
He's typing in Avengers. Because he had Entourage as number 1.
What if I put Fantastic Four there? No,
What?
just kidding. I have Avengers.
Yeah, you
Okay.
got Fantastic Four. It's locked in.
Oh yeah, I kind of forgot about Fantastic Four.
That was gonna be my number 10. But
I just don't think anyone
said-
cares about Fantastic Four.
I feel like it's not getting a lot of hype. Like the hype just isn't really behind it.
Plus, I don't think it's one of those franchises that people really get excited about.
No, I don't think so. Even though it's a superhero franchise, I think that I just don't. I think that Ant-Man has potential because it's Marvel Studios and it's Paul Rudd and it's a
Well,
comedy.
It's Marvel. Let's just be honest. It could just be. You could just name a Marvel movie, and it could be a superhero no one's ever heard of. Just because it's Marvel, people will go see it.
Yeah, well,
Curiosity.
I will
Yeah.
certainly because they've proven themselves to me. Like I never liked Thor, never liked Captain America, never liked Iron Man. I never read any Guardians of the Galaxy comics ever because I never liked the space stuff in the Marvel universe, and I liked all of those. So yeah, they've proven themselves. Ant-Man, sure, I'll go see it. I'm a little disappointed that the whole Edgar Wright thing happened, where he's didn't end up directing it, but
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
I think it'll still turn out fine. So
Maybe.
there you have it. I think that it's anybody's game at this point. There'll be some picks where the movie won't come out, or Ryan a couple times you picked movies that didn't come out even in that year.
I like when that happens.
But I think this year could be. What do you think about Magic Mike, Kevin? Do you think that has potential?
I don't think so. I think it'll to be from the maybe 10 to 15 range. It'll fall somewhere in there. But I don't
I think
it's going to crack the top 10.
I think with the new Magic Mike, it's like, okay, we did this once, we're good, And the fact that it doesn't look nearly as good as the first one. I mean, Soderbergh's not on board with it or involved with it, so
I think it'll make money just because there's no other movie that girls can be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go see this with my friend.
What are you talking about? There's Chocolate City.
Yeah, there is Chocolates. There's Pitch Perfect 2. I'd say that Pitch Perfect 2 is a movie that a lot of girls would like.
But I mean, like 50 Shades of Grey, like that type of movie.
Yeah, but I don't know if that immediately guarantees a blockbuster. I think it'll do fine. I don't know if it's gonna break the top 10. Also,
half naked.
Also, Entourage. I'm not sure about that one, Kevin.
Yeah, I'm not sure about it either. But I put it there. I have to live with it. Okay.
Well, at any rate, Aloha is currently the 8th highest grossing film
I know,
of the summer.
which is
so.
just I can't believe that.
And Hot Pursuit is number 7, and that got like a 1% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow.
In fact, when you look at the top 10 right now, as we're recording this, it's pretty pathetic.
Yes.
Like, it's Avengers, Pitch Perfect 2, Mad Max. Those are all fine. San Andreas is number 4, and Tomorrowland, Poltergeist, Hot Pursuit, Aloha. Far From the Maddening Crowd. Can't believe that's in there. Like those period pieces, I guess. Did that even get a wide release? Far From the Maddening Crowd?
I don't know if it did or not.
Doesn't seem like one that would.
No.
And then
Perhaps.
Entourage is number 10. So we will come back. We will follow up after Labor Day and see how the results turned out and see how horrible we all did.
At which point we will crown me as the newest victor.
Even if you did win this year, you're still not winning overall.
Sure.
Wow.
Sure. Ryan, you'll come in third. Don't worry.
True ale.
Like
I think
true aioli? A what?
Spoken like a true ale.
Oh, I gotcha.
Ryan, I think that your list this year is probably better than your other years.
That's what you both said last year, and I did terrible.
We're just trying to be positive. We're trying to be good friends. That's what
I thought your
Don't be
list
good
last year was
friends,
fine
be
too.
real. Are you digging? Remember, I don't cry.
Okay.
That's right, Emotionless Ryan. That's your new nickname. Actually, it has me kind of wondering if you're like, a psychopath where you don't feel emotion.
He was just...
I feel it. I just want to express it.
You bottle it up. You bottle it up and push it down inside.
That should
All right.
be funny, but it is.
Yeah. Thank you for coming on the show, Ryan. We will have you back at the end of the summer and see how the results turned out.
You're my favorite person, Ryan. Your list is shit, but...
I'm not allowed back until the end of summer.
Nope.
All right.
Nope. You're not allowed to You're not allowed to back on this show. You have your own show, so
Yeah.
fuck off to your own show.
Exactly.
I guess.
Dick, how many shows do you want, honestly?
17.
I'm gonna be the king of podcasts.
Jesus.
That's what I want to be.
You are so selfish. It's ridiculous.
Ryan, king of podcasts, holes.
Goddamn right.
I would like that to happen. I'd like that to be a thing.
He's crowned the king of podcasts.
Yeah.
Why can't even fucking win an award over Kevin?
Well, no one can. It's kind of difficult.
But didn't you beat me for that award?
Who knows? I think I tied with someone. Didn't I tie with someone?
I have no idea.
I don't either.
All right, Ryan. Thanks for coming on the show. We will talk to you on Thursday.
Alright.
See you later.
Bye.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about something we're watching. Kevin, we'll start with you.
Sure. I watched the the film debut of Alicia Vikander, the actress from Ex Machina, 2009, pure
Pure.
Lisa Langseth, and yeah, I can see why people are freaking out about Vikander because she is unbelievable in this movie. It's fairly predictable. She plays a young woman who, poor family, the mother is a terrible person, and she kind of gets this break. It's kind of ridiculous how she gets this break, but she's obsessed with Mozart. She goes to uh, a concert at this concert hall, real fancy and everything, and she ends up catching this break by just breaking into a concert hall and just deciding that, yeah, she's this person there for a job interview. Ends up getting a job. I don't know how, but she pulls it off. So it's her, kind of being excited and hanging on to this new life that she has and trying to make it work. And then crazy shit happens and it doesn't work. And then she's kind of, it affects her mentally and she holds on to that new life in the most drastic of ways. And I mean, it's okay for what it is. Again, it's kind of predictable. You know where it's going to go. You know how everything that's going to happen. Cinematography wise, there's not much going on here. There's not really a lot of positives to the movie outside of her performance because she is fantastic and she really sells the outlandish moments that happen in here. So purely from that standpoint, it's like a light recommend just to see how good she is in her debut.
Yeah, she's really good in Ex Machina too. I mean, she plays a robot, so. But
Just stop there, dude. You got it. She plays
the way
she plays a robot.
But I think it can be difficult to have that kind of role where you're not exactly human, but in the movie it's like
You're
true AI.
Yeah,
So
you're skirting on being
yeah,
human.
so like she has emotion, but it's kind of muted, and the way that her character changes in that movie, she's got to add different levels of
Well, that's the
emotion
thing.
and
That's kind of the thing in Pure. It's her character just becomes mentally unhinged towards the end of the movie, and if it wasn't for her performance, all of it would be pretty damn comical because it gets a bit ridiculous.
Mhm.
But she makes it work with her performance, which is very impressive. So
Cool.
she's
And-
gonna be a superstar, megastar, whatever.
maybe, yeah.
It's yeah.
I could see it happening for sure. Now, again, this is pure. How did you watch this?
I watched it on Festival Scope, so good luck.
Well, here's okay. So, all the movies, I'm pretty sure every single movie except for maybe one that I saw this week,
You can't see.
you can't see any of them. So I apologize in advance about this,
You're
but
such a nice guy.
right now I'm knee deep in festival stuff. So I started the week out with All I Need, which is a horror movie written and directed by Dylan K. Narang. This is screening at Dances with Films right now in LA. It's funny because he clearly is trying to do something different with this movie, but it ends up being a very, very generic, typical, boring, dull slasher movie. Basic premise is a girl wakes up, she's tied up in a room. There's other girls laying in beds and on the floor around her. It sort of looks like a hotel room, but it's not. It's like a house. It's like a shitty looking house.
Yeah.
And she doesn't know how she got there. She doesn't know what's going on. She's just trying to escape from this house before this masked killer comes and randomly kills
I'm already asleep.
another woman that's tied up there. It's terribly inconsistent. Like, none of it really makes a lot of sense. Some of the girls laying there are dead. Some of them are just passed out. Some of them are alive. He'll come in and he'll kill somebody and then leave them, but then sometimes he'll kill somebody and take them away. It's just terribly inconsistent. But the thing that I think is Narang was trying to do with this one is there's a separate plot line that's happening concurrently where we see this guy who gets this call from this Russian person who asks him to deliver a book for a large sum of money, and there's this whole subplot that's happening with this guy making deliveries and following instructions, and you're like, okay, well, what does this have to do with anything? And then eventually, of course, at the very end of the film, they tie the two stories together, but it's none of it is really explained, and it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And it's like, okay, well, you need to explain that a little bit better, because what you just said is insane. And but they don't explain it, and it's just, yeah, it really misses the mark. Ernie saw this one too at the festival, and he wasn't on board either. I do have a full review for this up on the site. I think I gave it a 2 out of 10. It's yeah, it's just not that good. It's called All I Need. It's got a cool poster, but that's really all it's got going for it.
Okay. All right. I watched a fantastic documentary, which is available on Netflix Instant, that is Approaching the Elephant from Amanda Wilder. Sorry. And wow, this is an extremely interesting watch. It's just a, Ferte, like Frederick Weissman style documentary where she just goes and films these guys attempting to open up a free school called the Teddy McArdle Free School, where it's extremely democratic. The kids and the teachers are on the same level. You call meetings, you bring up whatever you want to, vote on to set rules and outlines and all this and that. And man, it is thoroughly compelling watching, just to watch these adults and kids interact. And they try and, they're trying to be on the same level, treating the kids as equals. Right. And it's not necessarily an instance where the kids come up to the adults level. It's more of the kids coming up a little bit and the adults coming way down and meeting somewhere in the middle, which I don't know if that's just done through the editing techniques, but that's the way it comes across. Because
how old are the kids?
They're all over the place.
Okay. There's
young kids. There's kids there's one kid that looks like his name's Giovanni, and he's the bad boy. He's the one causing all kinds of issues, which I felt bad because as soon as he popped up on the screen, I was like, that kid's a little shit. I can feel it. And it turns out he is. And I kind of wonder like how his parents felt watching this movie, if they did, because he is not...
We failed.
Yeah, he is not painted in a favorable light. And he looks like a little Lawrence Michael Levine. That's what he looks like, with the long hair.
Nice.
That's what he reminded me of the entire time. I'm just like, Lawrence Michael Levine is an asshole. 12-year-old version of him. He just wrecks shit constantly. And it's just, you never know where it's going to go. And it's very absurd. Just, there's times where you're just yelling at the screen at these adults because what they're trying to do just, I don't think should be done. But it's one of those things too that you don't know if this, like, it could be a great way of running a school, but you're not going to know for, like, this school has to be up and running for,
years and years.
Yeah, like 60, 70 years until you actually realize, like, okay, yeah, this is a really good idea. But, this first year, because this just encompasses the first year of their school, which is just them opening up in a church. Like, a church has allowed them some space to run this school. And it's just anarchy. And if you're like me, where you don't want to ever have kids, this is a good reason why. Because I'm just watching these kids, and I'm chaos. Like, yeah, and I'm just in my head, I'm thinking, nope, mm-mm. Why are you doing this to yourself? It's something else. This currently sits, I think this is like number 5 on my top 2015 list. It's fantastic.
When did it come out? It says 2014 on Letterboxd.
Well, I think that was a festival. Because I know that it was on Film Comment's list of like distributed films of the year last year, I think. I'm counting it this year, so whatever. Fuck off.
And that's Approaching the Elephant, currently available on Netflix. Check it out. The only one I saw this week that is available that you can see right now is called We're Still Here, directed by Ted Giogan.
Giogan?
Giogan.
Giogan?
I apologize. I don't know how to say his last name. It's a horror movie. Stars Barbara Crampton, and this movie. It's a haunted house movie.
Okay.
Takes place in the 80s, and it's about an older middle-aged couple who they lost their son, and they are moving in. They're kind of getting a fresh start. They're moving into this home, and strange things start to happen. And as the film develops and progresses, they find out that essentially the house is haunted and it needs a family. It needs a family to live there, and it feeds off of them.
Ooh,
and
yeah.
if a family is not there, and what it does is it kind of breaks loose and infects the town and starts killing people in the town. And so it adds this layer where people in the town know about this thing. They know that it exists and that a family needs to be in that house. So it's got a sort of a, I don't know, maybe like a jug face vibe where it's the town knows that these people need to be sacrificed in order to save the town.
Yeah.
But it is surprisingly good. I had a blast with this movie. I thought that it was like right up there stylistically. It looked like an 80s movie. It felt like an 80s movie. Great, like a great title card sequence. Opening titles are really important to me in movies, especially ones that are going for a throwback vibe, and this one nailed it.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun. It was scary. There was a lot of really cool... I mean, there were jump scares in it. Of course, it's a haunted house movie, but the way that they handled it was... It worked. It was really good. And I definitely recommend this when it's available on video on demand now. I think that you would even like it.
Ooh. Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's just a great... This will probably go on my top horror movie list of the year. And
Okay.
I'm actually excited to see it again. I want to watch it again.
Oh, boy.
Again, it's called We're Still Here.
Okay. I'm going to have to keep an eye out for that one. I always got to check out the horror movies that you think I'll like.
I think you'll like it. I think maybe some of the stuff you might find a little silly, but I think overall you'll probably like it. It's a slow burn. It's got kind of a House of the Devil vibe also.
Okay. I like the sound of that.
It is a bit of a slow burn, but it's faster. It's faster paced than House of the Devil for sure.
Okay. I only watched one other thing, and this is also available Netflix Instant. Apparently, for some reason, I was all about docs this week. This is Evolution of a Criminal from Darius Clark Monroe. This is, again, very interesting documentary. Darius Clark Monroe, the director himself, he robbed a bank when he was 16 years old, and he got busted, and he ended up doing 5 years in prison. And this is him kind of going back to that time and trying to figure out what led him to rob a bank. He actually goes back and interviews some of the people that were at the bank that day, that he held up. It was him and two of his friends. There was a driver and a gunman with a shotgun. Some of the people meet with him face to face, and he does, sit down, talking head style interviews. He does the same thing with his family members, and they kind of discuss, him at that age and what his family was going through, and then also former teachers and stuff. And then towards the end of the film, you find out that he was, I think he went to NYU film school. So he interviews some of his teachers and stuff from there, which they had no idea that he was an ex-con. They didn't know anything until they saw the first trailers for his movie that he was working on. So, they kind of get the reaction shots of them and how, they're completely surprised and everything. And it is interesting. It's an engaging doc. But it's kind of, straightforward. A lot of talking head stuff, just interviews, him interviewing people. And occasionally they do reenactments of, what happened that day. But it seems like he spends entirely too much time on the actual robbery itself. Like the amount of buildup leading to when they actually do it takes up a large chunk of the film. And it's not, I'm sorry, but it's not that compelling. Like, you rob a bank. A shit ton of people rob banks. and yours is fairly straightforward. You went in, asked for money, and you left.
Hmm.
Like, we shouldn't be investing that much time in the actual robbery itself. I would have been far more interested in a lot of the dissection of why this happened, how it happened, what happened from here on out, how it affected him and his friends. But he only slightly, very briefly goes into it, and it's very light what he does. I mean, there's the whole, and they just kind of say in passing, the gunman, his friend, didn't do any jail time for this. He wasn't convicted. It was just him and the driver did jail time. But the gunman ended up doing jail time for drugs or something else, so they didn't really say. And it seems like it affected him greatly, but they don't really go into it at all.
Hmm.
So it's just kind of like surface level. Like, the only thing that you get from it, and it's not that much digging that needs to be done, is that his family was in, dire straits financially. So he was like, I'm going to rob a bank. And that's what he does.
Hmm.
So there's not, I mean, okay, you don't have to dig that deep. Like I got it. And he never really goes any further than that.
Hmm. I was still interested in this one. This one played a bunch of festivals and stuff, but I just never got around to seeing
I,
it.
to me, it's still a fairly well-made documentary, especially for a first-timer. And it's an interesting subject matter. I just wish he did more with it. It seems like he really missed an opportunity to really dig in there.
Hmm. And that's Evolution of a Criminal, playing on Netflix currently, so you can check that out. I'll mention one more. Welcome to Happiness, it's called. It's this is playing at Dances with Films also, and it's a comedy. It's sort of a comedy, I guess you could. It's mostly a comedy, but it's I don't know how to describe it really. It's a Wes Anderson movie. I mean, that's we've seen this happening more recently, where there's these kind of like Wes Anderson clones that are coming out.
Hmm.
What was that one that we saw with Jason Bateman that was like really?
Oh, The Longest Week.
Yeah. This one more so.
Oof.
The music, the camera work, they do a lot of those. You know how Wes Anderson will do the quick panning. Like he'll pan over to the left and then back or whatever.
Hmm.
He'll like swivel, like swivel the camera over and then back. They do that a ton in this. They do the quick zooms where like they'll address somebody that's standing in the background or like up on the second level, like of a balcony or something, and they'll quick zoom in on their face, on their reaction.
Yeah.
I mean, it's egregious. It is like, I mean, this is the
It's
most.
nonstop.
Yeah, this is like the most Wes Anderson movie that's not directed by Wes Anderson. It's pretty ridiculous. If you can get past that, also they do a lot of slow motion. There's two scenes that I can think of where they do the slow motion walk with the music playing.
Oh, yeah.
So if you can get past that, this movie's directed by Oliver Thompson. It's pretty interesting. I don't think you will like it necessarily, but it's got a lot of people in it. Nick Offerman's in there. Olivia Thirlby's in there. Keegan-Michael Key is in there. And it's this weird fantasy type movie about it's about a children's book author who lives in an apartment where he'll periodically get a piece of paper printed out from like an old dot matrix printer. And on that piece of paper, there's going to be some information about a person. When that paper prints out, that person will knock on his door, and he'll never have met this person before, ever. All he knows is that they need help with something. There's something in their life that they need help with. So what he does is he asks them the questions that are on the paper. He gives them a rock and says, "Think of a color." And they think of a color, and another rock that's in this box will turn that color. If it's that color, then he takes him to his closet, and in his closet there's a tiny door, little miniature tiny door. The door he leaves them alone. The door opens. They go through the door, and then something happens when they go through the door that will change their lives forever.
Okay.
So there is a bit of a kind of supernatural fantasy vibe to it, but the film's all about happiness and about what makes us happy and the coincidences in our lives of things that happen that we might consider a regret. Something that, like, for instance, in the movie, that there was one of the characters, his parents were like in a car accident and he was orphaned.
Mm-hmm.
And the ramifications of that happening and the positives that could be taken away from that. It was a tragic event, but all of these great things happened because of that event. So it plays a lot with the idea of coincidence, and it's all about finding what makes you happy. And it's definitely not the type of a theme that I think that you would be into. I think that you may find it a little bit sappy, but the way that it's presented, it's not that, it has its moments. But it's a charming movie. It's very much like a Wes Anderson movie. But the only problem I had with it, the big problem, is that it was too much like a Wes Anderson movie. I mean, it felt like a ripoff. It felt like they were literally ripping off Wes Anderson. And to me, that was problematic, because I thought that it stood on its own as a decent movie, but the Wes Anderson influence was just too much. And maybe that's just because Wes Anderson is still like a working director, because I was thinking about it, and it's like Tarantino, for instance. Like, all of his movies, when you see his movies, they're like direct rip-offs of other movies.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's kind of,
but you give it a pass,
because there's been enough time in between them, and also the movies. A lot of the movies that he's ripping off aren't, they're not that big.
Right. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know why I had a problem with the fact that this was essentially a Wes Anderson clone.
Yeah, it sounds like the issue's more on you.
Could be.
Just fucking grow up. Get over it. Move on.
Nick Offerman's great, and I like the main guy. I believe it's Kyle Gallner. I've seen him in a ton of stuff, and I always like anything that he's in. So I would say, yeah, I recommend it. I just saw it last night, so I'm still kind of sitting with it. But as it stands now, if you can get past the whole Wes Anderson thing, I think that you'll find it to be enjoyable. It's certainly intriguing, to see what's behind the door and all of that stuff, and figure out how all this stuff fits together and works. There's a ton of characters, and they're all kind of interconnected with each other.
Yeah.
So, again, welcome to happiness. Right now I'm going to say it's a light recommend, but I'm still kind of processing.
Okay. All right.
Let's move on and talk about some predictions. Last week, Entourage. You said 42, I said 51, actual 30.
Yes.
Spy. You said 56, I said 42, actual 95.
Wow. I was not expecting that, but okay.
Totally messed that one up.
All right.
Insidious Chapter 3, you said 28, I said 23, actual 59.
Wow.
Yeah, that one seems, I'd read some decent reviews on that one, so.
Yeah.
We gave it a 4 out of 10, so Ernie saw that one, and he was not into it. I'm actually not interested.
I'm not either.
Next week, we have Jurassic World. Jurassic World.
This is big time right here.
I'll start it off and say this is going to be really tricky, because this one could go either way.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna shoot right down the middle. I'm gonna say 56.
Oof. I'm gonna say 60.
I'm
gonna go 60.
I don't know if there are any other wide release movies next week. Me or All in the Dying Girl comes out, but I'm not sure if it is wide release or not. We'll go ahead and predict it. What are you thinking on this one?
I'm gonna go 64.
I'm gonna say 70. You know what? I'm gonna say 82 on that one. Yeah, I'm gonna say 82. I think that one's gonna be.
Look at you.
That one's gonna be pretty well regarded.
Look at you, Mr. Positive.
In limited release next week, we have The Yes Men Are Revolting. I saw that one. We should have a review for that one up. I've been slacking on writing that one.
Yes, you have. Jeez.
The Wolfpack. Nothing more to say. I gushed about it numerous times previously. Madame Bovary. Set Fire to the Stars, Live from New York, I Am Here, and Vendetta.
Okay. Yeah.
Next week on VOD, probably a lot of the ones that I just mentioned, but let me go ahead and pull up the list.
Pretty much all the ones that you mentioned.
The Yes Men Are Revolting, The 11th Hour, Madame Bovary, and The Stranger. And let me pull up my next week on Blu-ray. Notice I'm not doing DVD anymore. Just mentioning the Blu-rays.
But what about us people that don't have Blu-rays?
You can screw off.
Oh, jeez, dude. That's
next week on Blu-ray we have The Duff, Project Almanac, Kingsman: Secret Service. Now I heard good things about The Duff, so I might actually check that out. I mean, I'm not gonna buy it, but I might check it out.
Yeah.
If it's coming to Netflix, I might give it a watch.
They probably will.
Project Almanac looks pretty bad, so I'm not gonna bother with that one. Kingsman: Secret Service, that was good. I recommend checking that one out. You know, it wasn't amazing or anything, but I had a lot of fun with it. Red Army, that's the documentary about the Soviet hockey team. I do recommend that one. That one's really good. Serena, heard that's terrible. That's the one with Bradley Cooper and Jennifer Lawrence. Next week we do have a collection of Pam Grier movies hitting Blu-ray, including Coffee, Foxy Brown, and Friday Foster. I've never seen Friday Foster, but I can say that Coffee and Foxy Brown are awesome. I've always had a preference towards Coffee over Foxy Brown, but they're pretty much the same. they're both solid. Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3 are getting a Scream Factory release, so they're being released individually. It's not like a double pack or anything. But since Scream Factory already released the first one, I'm kind of hoping that they do a new box set, because I'm a big fan of the Sleepaway Camp series, and I'd like to see them put out a box set on those. Society is getting a release on Arrow Films. I love Society. It's this really weird 90s horror movie.
I gotta check this one out.
It's this really, really insanely bizarre body horror movie, and yes, I highly recommend it. I love that it got a re-release on Arrow. Cover is awesome, so absolutely check that out. And FX, the movie FX, is getting a Blu-ray release finally, which I was always a big fan of FX. I think that's a really underrated action movie that nobody seems to remember or talk about. And I liked FX 2 as well. And in fact, I think I liked FX 2 more. So
I'm gonna have to check that one out. I've never heard of this movie.
Yeah, man.
It's got Jerry Orbach in there. What? Brian Dennehy? Oh shit. Tom Noonan? Oh my god. I gotta check this one out.
Trust me.
This
looks an action
amazing.
movie about a guy he's like a special effects person.
Dude, are you kidding me? That plotline sounds insane and perfect.
Yep. It's awesome. It's an awesome movie. And he uses like his special effects gear to help him.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's an awesome movie. Both of them.
I love the tagline for it. Special effects are his life, ... and his death, ?
Yeah. Could be.
Perhaps.
I mean, they made a sequel, so it's not his death in the first one, at least.
Oh, man. We're still wondering. We're still questioning if his special effects career could bring about his death.
They need to remake that, actually. Any Criterions coming out next week?
There are
That's
zero.
what I thought. All right, well, I think...
I like how you said that. Like, yeah.
Well, I knew, but I figured...
That's what I thought.
I knew, but I figured I'd... since you're the Criterion guy, I'd leave it up to you to deliver that terrible news.
All right.
I don't know who's releasing those Pam Grier release movies, but maybe check those out. I'm planning on picking up Society, and I rarely ever buy Blu-rays anymore, but I'm actually gonna buy that one. So
yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's gonna wrap it up for the week. Send us your questions to podcast@filmpulse.net. Follow us on Twitter @FilmPulseNet, FilmPulseKevin, and consider subscribing to our Patreon page. $1 per month, or you could probably pay like $50 a month. That'd be awesome too.
I would do like
$20,000 a month.
What are you gonna do with that money anyway?
Well, I'll tell you, $20,000 a month, we would be able to do a lot. Like, I don't know what donors would be able to do with $20,000 a month, but we would be able to produce the most amazing podcast ever. With that, we would get.
Man, we would have. I think we would hire like a band. We would have a house
we would
band.
we would have a house band. I would travel to PA every week to do the podcast in person, so we wouldn't have to deal with Skype anymore. It'd be amazing. So check it out, that Patreon page, patreon.com/filmpulse. I think that'll do it for Kevin Rakestraw. My name's Adam Patterson. We'll see you on Thursday for Ryan Watches a Movie.
I'm very curious as to what kinds of noises Ryan has been making.
Hey, oh my God, it's out of control. The noises.